All right. So, guys, we're back. Everybody's muted.
Yeah,
that made it so much better.
I ask for enthusiasm. I get is crickets and wild enthusiasm in mime. Okay, guys.
Just added in
quietly.
the sound.
Yeah, the jazz
We're
hands.
quietly enthusiastic.
All right.
we were emoting.
You were emoting, yes. All right, guys. Welcome back to Silverstand. So, as a recap for our last session, you fought your way deeper into the bowels of this dungeon of the Undercity, and as you did, you were reunited with Ivy Lockwood, fresh off of her narrow escape from the side temple. You defeated a lizard folk, though not without taking a fairly decent amount of damage yourselves. And as you completed your battle, you heard something rumbling, something deep, something dark emanate from deeper within the complex. But, as I promised last time, you are going to have the chance to loot the area, so, without further ado, let's drop ourselves into Silverstand. All right. Who wants to talk? Oh, before we do, I do have to note that Travis is not with us, so I will be removing his character from the board at some point today, but he will return.
Are we going to a BBEG fight without our healer?
You guys don't have a healer.
This is true.
I have lay on hand.
Who's me?
No, wait, I don't. I'm not a paladin anymore. Shit.
You forget that you have a paladin with you.
We do.
Hang on, guys. I just got to deal with the dog.
Also, we'll need to note if we took what kind of rest did we take?
Your voice is so low. Oh my god.
Yeah, we're
It's-
both pretty foggy.
It's much
Miles
more
is
in
way
character
lower.
for today.
Yeah.
It's
Our
a
voice is
sexy low, though.
My dog
Yeah,
ate.
it is.
Malcolm ate 3 days worth of food, and he is now currently a sausage.
Oh
no.
my gosh.
Buddy.
Yeah.
Poor little Bubby.
Yeah. All right. So
We'll just say that both Kyie and Vandrin's
Vaderin?
Vaderin's voice are impacted by all the goo that got splashed on them.
Yeah, that's what we're going with. Yeah.
all right. So
I love how nobody can say your name.
Vaderin.
Vaderin.
I got yelled up. Yeah, enough.
sorry,
I'm finally
honey.
getting it right.
Jared, did we get a long rest or just a short rest?
You got to level up, which counts as a long rest.
Oh, sweet. Sweet.
So we're level 4 now,
Yeah,
right?
you're level 4.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
Ooh.
That's good.
So
Did
Yeah.
I do that at the end of last session?
Yes, we did.
I didn't,
That-
though.
Does that include
Oh, okay.
a hit point refresh?
sorry. Yeah. That.
Does that include a hit point refresh?
Yeah. No. It's like you.
But we'd still have it wouldn't fully heal us, would it?
It takes you right back up to where you would be if you had a
Oh
long
shit,
rest.
okay, I'll be at full.
Leveling up has the same effect as a long rest.
Okay.
Okay. I will take that. So, yeah. What would be the hit die?
Is that right? I can math.
All right. So while
I
you guys are
already
doing the
leveled
math, I'm just going to lay the scene out for you. So,
Okay.
as the roaring that you heard from deep within the complex echoes and dies, you are left within the gloom of the chamber. To your left, off this way, you can see a light emanating from within the doorway. Down further to your your south, you see a hallway shrouded in the deepest gloom. What do you guys want to do?
So the kobolds that attacked us all had, like, the rudimentary weapons, right?
Yes, they all had rudimentary weapons. The The lizard folk, I believe, had a great axe, but other than that, yeah.
Poppy's gonna go over and poke at the big one and be like, I wonder if you've got any shiny. And then start
Roll a
looking at whales.
investigation check.
That is 12.
12. Okay, hang on one second.
Big money.
I need to find my page. Where is my page? Here. So as you are searching over the body of this enormous creature, you find an amulet wrought from silver, a pair of claws clasped together around a singular black pearl. It seems to gleam and glitter despite the lack of substantial light as you look upon it.
Ooh, that looks lovely. You said it's
What
got
do we
claws
have
on it?
here?
Sorry, Mila, you're coming in.
You said it's
You're coming in really
claws?
fuzzy.
Oh, it's these headphones. Let me see if I can get a different set of headphones.
Okay.
I'm going to ask Vaderin to have a look at it with me, and I will give him the aid action to see if we can identify it.
All right. So, Vaderin, how would you like to proceed?
Well, this is awkward because I don't have access to identify currently, so I will certainly give it the best look that I can, with perhaps some knowledge or just make that a skill check, I guess.
Give me an Arcana check, please.
Sure.
With advantage since Poppy's helping you out.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the secondary die was a 1, which is fine because the first die was a 17 plus Arcana. And that's going to be a 17.
17. So you recognize the runes on this amulet. So as you're looking closer, the two clasped claws around that pearl, you see that there's script wrought almost imperceptibly. It almost looks like scales on the claws. And as you look, you can see that they're runes of protection and shielding. This is an amulet of protection. It gives you a +1 to AC and saving throws while you wear it. However, it does require the user to attune to the item.
Well, it would seem that this might be helpful for us to protect one another if you felt like you maybe needed a boost, and if I wasn't there, for example, you could use this and it might help you get out of a pinch.
That sounds really useful. I mean, almost fell down back there.
More time?
Sorry, guys. I gotta switch rooms because it's clearly too noisy. in
Okay,
here.
I'll put a pause on everything and then we'll continue in a minute. And we are back, guys. Okay, so as I was saying, it's an amulet of protection. So what were you saying, Mila? Or what was Poppy saying?
So Poppy said, "Oh wow, That sounds like that could be really helpful. I mean, I almost fell down back there.
Yes, I wish we had time for you to attune to it. Maybe it'll be a long walk and you can focus on it while we go.
Yeah, it's okay. We got time.
All right. So, I'm assuming.
Speaking of time,
Sorry?
speaking of time, just gonna pop a divine sense for detecting good and evil for up to 60 feet.
Give me a. Sorry, hang on. I gotta check something. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, so yes, you would be able to sense it. You're gonna pop the divine sense. Give me a
Pop.
Give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
No.
Yeah.
So what am I aiming for, just roughly?
About a 12.
Okay. So what happens if I roll under that?
So, as you reach out with your divine senses, reaching into the void around you, the space in the ether, you are struck almost like a maelstrom of sickness and desecration from the south. It's almost like walking into a room filled with death, and that's striking you, but not just in the odorous sense, but physically taking a blow. You are stunned for a moment as you are. It's like somebody came up and just bang hits you with a mana punch almost.
So I think what this looks like, pardon me, is in preparation to sort of move on, Vaderin sort of like turns towards the doorway of our path forward and just sort of stands there, hands on his shield on the ground, and just kind of like, focusing outwards, and then and the shield, he kind of loses the shield, just kind of falls forward, and he's just kind of like, yes. So I think what we're looking for is, of course, straight ahead, but it's very potent, very potent. Not unlike perhaps. He's still wiping some of the goo off of his face.
That seems like that stuff really took it out of you. Are you gonna be okay?
I mean, I think so. I got it most of the way off, and I mean, looks like everyone else is cleared off, which is a good thing too.
Okay, if you say so. Let us know if you don't feel good.
I'm going to say with Poppy's roll, you also find 3 potions of healing off the various bodies in the room. Now, you guys have 2 ways forward. You can either head to the south towards that evil that Vaderin was sensing, or you can head to the east here, where that door, where the lizard folk came out of earlier. You can see a soft glow, almost like firelight, as it gleams off the wet stones.
I would like to do just kind of a little bit of a sweep of that direction, just kind of like just a quick glance in to see it and make sure there's nobody in there,
Okay,
and no dangers that might follow behind us.
kind of like a stack up and peek.
Yeah.
All right. Give me a perception check, please.
Just 11.
11. So, as you I'm going to guess that you kind of stacked up here just to give us a point of reference. As you stack up on the wall and you kind of peek around with your with all the training that the Silver Order instilled in you, you see yourself looking into a room. Well, like most of the others here, the stonework is degrading. It's got water, water is seeping down some of the walls. However, this room has been clearly set up for habitation. Several cots line the walls, stuffed with what you hope is some sort of straw. Bones litter around three separate campfires in the area where a nondescript stew is bubbling over top the flames. Various primitive weapons can be seen stacked against the walls and along the floor, and the whole room it's a model of anarchy. There's no real discipline to the set of the cots or the weapons, and most of the rubbish is just strewn across the floors. Yeah, from your experience, this looks like a pretty typical kobold den. You do, however, spot a door at the far side. As
okay.
this one, rather than made of the punky wood that most of the doors that you've encountered to this point, is instead made of iron.
Okay, I would sort of lock eyes with Kyie and just kind of make like a signal that's like essentially like I'm going forward, cover me sort of thing. And I would slowly make my way through the room to that door just to see like, can I hear anything through it? And then can I open it?
Sorry, I realized I muted myself. So I would nod to cover her, and then I'd put her hand on her shoulder before she goes and look around for traps.
All right, give me a perception check.
Yeah, just one moment, love. And I'll say that very quietly. I'm not going to roll the die that's full of blood. That seems ill omen. Okay, so that's a 15 investigation.
I would call that perception, but yeah, either way.
It's the same.
Yeah, you would have passed it. It was a 10. So, Kyie, or Ivy, as you're about to step in, you feel Kai's hand on your shoulder, and she stops you just as your foot's about to hit a tripwire at the inside of the door.
Okay. Yeah. I will not step on the tripwire.
You step over the tripwire and you find yourself inside the room. Kyie, I'm going to say that I'm going to say that as you're going by, your perception check gives you two other advantages in this room. Number one, you spot a wicked-looking spear on the wall that has several little wires connected to it, and you spot over top one of the fires. I'm going to say this one right here. As you're coming in, you realize that it's not stew over top the fire, but that somebody was instead brewing some sort of alchemical concoction. And there's two pots one's of red liquid, one's of blue liquid, and several bottles strewn about ready to receive it.
Okay, so I'm going to point out everything to everyone that I see. It's like, that's bad, that's bad. I'm not sure what that is. Might be healing potion, might be poison. Unclear. I'm not probably good with... I'm good with curses and stuff, but I could Arcana check it, but...
Ooh, mystery potions. How exciting. She flaps over.
Okay.
All right. What do you...
Don't drink it unless you're sure.
What would you like? What would Poppy like to do with the bubbling cauldrons before her?
Sorry, I have to go get my dogs.
Not
again.
a problem.
Sorry.
We'll wait. Another pause, guys. All right, and we're back, guys. So, I'm gonna actually. This will be a good point to take Ivoc out of the mix. So, Kyie, just as you're about to warn Ivoc not to touch the spear, he actually grabs a hold and pulls, the strings coming away like spider webs before the ground opens up below him. He disappears into the blackness of the floor as the trapdoor swallows him whole and then reseals itself.
Well, It seems he found a new pipe.
Oh boy. Can we? I'm assuming it won't re-trigger if we grab
The spear
it.
went right down with
We
him.
can't follow him. Okay. Oh no.
So there's just a hole in the ground now?
No, the trapdoor
No, it
reclosed.
closed.
So essentially,
Oh, I see.
Holy moly. We're a man down already? I didn't
Again.
expect it to be like this.
all right.
Vaderin will go over and try and pound on the ground with the edge of his shield just to try and find a weak spot or something.
Give me.
Can I try to text him on the group chat as he does that?
Sure, you can try to text him on the
Yeah.
group chat. Vaderin, give me a strength check, please.
Mhm. Wow, we love our 8s on this die. It's a 9 total.
You pound and bang away at the ground, trying to separate out the stone where it's separated. However, it seems to have fused solid, as if by magic, once more. Whoever this was likely the trap of a kobold shaman, who a rather ingenious subset of their religious orders who tend to mix mechanics with magic, creating crafty traps and wonderful artifice, or wondrous artifice.
Well, I hope he will find his way back to us, much like you did, Ivy.
And in the group chat, it's, hey, pipe buddy, you up?
And then you just get a
Oh, right, we have that.
doink, 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 and then you see a thing. No service not available. You're like a half a mile
Well,
underground.
it was worth a shot. It was worth a shot.
It's worth a shot, yeah. All right. So getting back to Ivy before the craziness started, you wanted to try the door at the far end, yes?
Yeah, I want to listen through it first to see if I hear anybody on the other
Give me a
side.
perception check.
Before I just okay. 22.
22. You hear nothing on the other side of the door except for this faint drip, drip, drip of water hitting stone.
Okay. Then, is the door locked?
You may try the knob if you wish. If you do try the knob, it does come away freely in your hand.
Okay.
Sorry, just to flag before we got segment. Poppy was checking out the potions.
Oh, right.
So before we go any too far,
Right.
down that hall.
We'll deal with Poppy in just a second. I did move
Mhm.
away from Ivy because Poppy wanted to check out the potions, but
Yeah.
we'll get back to Poppy in just a second. So, Sharayah, do you want to open the door?
I want Kyie to check the door for traps before I open it.
I will check the door for traps. Where did perception go? That's a 17.
17? There don't appear to be traps on this door.
Okay.
Then
I think
will
it's
open.
safe, and I will just peek over her with my crossbow out, ready to shoot anything on the other side.
Okay, I will open the door.
All right. So as you pull the door open, you find yourself in a small little, almost like a cell. There is a rather luxurious-looking cot at the far end, piled with what almost looks like a memory foam mattress that's been stained and discarded, but it's covered in furs and all sorts of pelts. You get this faint reek of the lizard folk who you fought out in the hall. And on the one wall here, there's a set of bones, ritualistically wired together in a almost like a it's an odd, almost magical type circle below the head of a decaying black dragon.
There's a black dragon head
It's
in
not,
here?
It's made of stone.
Like a
No,
legit
it's
head. Oh,
sorry. It's an
It's an
idol.
idol.
Yes, it seems like it's wrought from some sort of granite.
I shoot it. Like, oh, dragon! Oh, it's rock.
Okay. Yep. Nothing happens. Your arrow
just
strikes the granite, taking a small chunk out of the one edge, but otherwise nothing happens as you look on.
I wonder if this is what it was talking about.
It might be a shrine to what it was talking about.
Because it started, like, yelling stuff about, like...
The rotting king.
Yeah, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me a religion check.
Hey,
Oh, okay. I can do that.
hey, Vaderin.
18.
The idol before you and the bones beneath are arranged in symbol. So the idol before you, that rotting black dragon, wrought from that rotting black dragon idol. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out the best way to describe this. Alone, that might be a singular art piece, but below it is something you recognize from your briefings. The way the skull is arranged within the bones, how the hands are splayed together, and almost in the appearance of a dragon's maw swallowing the skull. It leads you to a memory of a briefing you had a few years ago regarding cultists of the god. Oh, no, I've got it. Rexhanur. Renexhanur. So RENXANHAUR. And that's the draconic god of decay. From what little we remember of the briefing, the cultists of this particular god are obsessed with the I'm not going to say profaning, but the way that life slowly decays. They believe that the entirety of the universe is on a trajectory towards death, and those who aid in that decay will be seen favorably within the next life. One of his many monikers is, of course, the Rotting King.
Okay. I'll kind of just like exit this little room and just sort of announce, well, this won't come as much of a surprise, I don't think, but we are dealing with cultists for sure. The draconic god of decay in specific is their deity.
That would make sense with what we've seen of this bubbling grossness that they seem to emanate. And may I see that for a moment?
I gesture for you to come inside the shrine because we can't move it.
Nah, I'm not moving it.
I'm not touching that shit.
Vaderin would basically come into the room, and it's how big is the granite skull?
It's about 2 feet by 3 feet. Like
like not something you just hold in one hand.
No, this thing's massive.
Okay. All right. Alas, poor Yorick. Okay. Yeah, you know what? Seeing it on the ground, I think this is probably better left disturbed so that we don't see this again in the future. And he winds back up with his axe and goes to smash the skull.
Give me a strength check.
A strength check or an attack?
You know what? Either or. I would almost say that this is a strength check since you're trying to destroy an item.
Okay, if I would like to also divine smite it.
Yeah, you can add all that damage to it. Yes, perfect.
Okay.
Ivy is going to step in front of Kyie.
This is a 15 plus 3 to hit for attack, or plus 1 if it's just a strength check.
Yeah, no, that's 15 plus 1. Yeah, that is enough to bring your axe down through the idol, and you're wanting to use a divine smite on it as well.
Absolutely. So that's a 1d8 for the first hit, or for the hit itself. Where's my d8? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So that's a 2 damage from the axe itself, plus 2d8 radiant.
So that's enough. You bring down the axe.
Okay, yeah, we got 6 off of that.
And physically just slams into the granite. Actually, the edge of your axe. Give me a perception check, please.
Mm-hmm. Why can't I find this? Oh, yeah. 15.
All right. I want everybody but Vaderin off the call for a second, please.
Or deafened?
Deafened works. Just deafened for a moment. Come on back, guys!
They can't. Yeah.
I'm back.
Okay.
Are we allowed to be back?
Yes.
You back, Mila? All right. So, Ivy, Kyie, you see Vaderin bring his axe down, and they slams into the granite, exploding in a percussion of black light, all through as this black energy splits the skull in twain. Poppy, you are still out by the potions, and I did promise we would get back to you. So, as you are examining this bubbling cauldron of viscous liquid in front, these 2 bubbling cauldrons of viscous liquid in front of you, you all of a sudden hear a boom, and it kind of shakes the pots a little, but otherwise does very little. So, what would you like to do?
She briefly looks up, goes, huh? And then turns back to smell the first cauldron, the blue one.
The blue one.
She's going to try and do a medicine check on
That's
this
a good one. Give me the medicine check.
That is an 8.
8. You get hints of various herby scents, but no indication as to which the first might be, the blue one might be. There's no. You get hints of wildflower and old growth wood, but nothing that you're able to pin down as a particular scent.
I'm going to take one of the vials then and scoop a little bit out, being careful not to actually touch it, and pour a little bit of it onto the stone floor.
Okay. Nothing occurs with just pouring it onto the stone floor.
I'm going to fill that one and stopper it. And then I'm going to have a look at the red one. And with that one, I'm going to try and Arcana.
Okay, sure.
That's really bad. That is 3.
3.
So she's going to do the same process. Smell, pour a little on the floor.
This one smells slightly of copper and old, like that scent you get when you step into an old hospital. This one, it's got a coppery scent and like an antiseptic scent to it. But nothing you can truly identify one way or the other. And when you scoop it up and pour it on the ground, it just sits there bubbling, not doing anything.
Okay. So I don't see anything happen to the dirt or whatever. No immediate acidic effect or something like that.
But you can fill 3 vials of each. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna fill the vials.
Give me a medicine check to make sure that you are able to get all 3, and let's try that.
That is a 13.
You are an old hand with potions. I mean, you remember that one time at Baba Yaga's house where you spent the better part of a day chained up by a golden cord and filling one potion vial after another, and you really bring that manic energy. Scoop, stopper, and before you know it, you have 6 vials, 3 red, 3 blue.
All right, these could be useful. And she'll tuck them in the little fold of fabric that she uses as a backpack.
Sounds good. Vaderin, as you finish splitting the granite idol, you look down and you see actually amongst the bones beneath it, you can see a small key also forged of bone.
Aha! Look what we have here.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Are we not going to talk about the burst of light?
You're muted, hon.
Kai's coughing is like, yeah, the explosion of light? Like, what the hell, man?
And when we get underground, sometimes the lighting gets a little strange, but yes, that was my divine smite.
I will just look at Ivy in a way that's like,
Yeah, like
you're a
without
paladin
words.
person.
Without words, it's like essentially I'm like black light.
Yeah.
Like just look at each other.
It's like,
Wait,
and then
wait,
like
when
an
you say
eyebrow
black
that's like,
light-
we deal with this later when we're not in danger.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when you say black light, do we mean like light that is black, or do we mean like
Light that is black. Light is black. Light that is black.
Oh, okay. That's less fun. Okay.
It's not a rave party up in
There's
here.
so much weird liquid all over the walls, illuminated for 1 second.
Oh no.
Oh boy. All right. So
Now hold on. Do we I found a key, but we haven't found a door that is locked.
not yet. No.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, guys. It's my turn to deal with the dog.
Woof.
I'll be right back too. I'm gonna go pee.
Is there like a full moon? The dogs are acting up today.
It might be. Miles, did you hear that burp?
Was that what? Is that you?
That was me.
I heard you on mic.
Oh. I thought I was muted.
Sorry about that, guys.
I thought maybe I.
Oh no, that's recorded
What?
then.
Sorry.
sorry.
We're on a pee break as well.
I don't think
I
I
know.
heard it.
Okay.
But
I can edit stuff out. Don't worry.
That is good.
I'm really sorry about my dogs today.
What?
I just happened to be home alone at the moment because John went for dinner with some people, or lunch for went for lunch with some people, and
Cake for
Nobby.
brunch, John for dinner.
yeah. But they get a little bit barky sometimes, especially if the neighbor's dog comes out. So I'm like, and then we've had neighbors be really mean about Nobby before, so I'm extra sensitive about it.
Not a problem, bud. Like I said, mine basically ate 3 days worth of food, and now he's rolling everywhere. But he's also a huge wuss.
That's very
He's
cute.
also a huge wuss because it starts raining and he's like, I don't like this. I want to come home.
I wish it would start raining here so that Nobby would come inside, because she won't come inside. So she's just out there. But Bugbear's in here, so he's not egging her on, which is good.
All right. So continuing on, guys. Key. I think was the last thing that you were talking about was the key. So it's a small bone key. It's only about 3 inches long. One end is just fashioned with indescript stylings and etchings, and then the other just has that classic 4 or 5 teeth that you see in those old keys.
Let's hope it's a skeleton key.
Honey, did you just make a pun?
Well, I tried. It seemed it
I'm
was
so
unsuccessful.
proud of you.
Oh, you actually meant like, oh, I see. That's very good, very good.
And Poppy
you're-
pops up over your shoulder and goes, "What did you find?"
Oh gosh. A shrine to a dark god, which Vaderin exploded in black light. And the
Who's
skeleton
Vaderin? Who's Vaderin? I don't know this Vaderin.
Vaderin. I'm sorry.
Ooh, Vaderin, you made that big mess of stone? Amazing.
All in a day's work for the paladin.
Well, is there anything else in this room, or shall we carry on?
Run a perception check.
I am
You're
going
muted.
to flip the mattress.
Okay. Yeah, give me a
Perception?
perception check.
Yeah, I'll let that happen before I flip the mattress.
11.
11. So you do actually notice that there is something sticking out over the edge under the mattress, like there's a little lump, and you can see a box underneath the mattress.
Ooh. I see that she also has just turned to it, and I go, "Shall we?"
Let's. And I will carefully lift up the mattress. I assume he didn't booby trap his own bed, but
Yeah, no, nothing happens. You see an iron box
And there's
about 2 feet long by a foot wide and about 6 inches deep.
is there a lock on the box?
There is not.
I'm going to check the box for
Okay.
traps. 17 plus. I'm looking at the wrong character sheet. Is that perception or investigation?
Let's call it investigation.
Either way, it's a dirty 20.
Well, either way, so there are no traps on the box. Just it just looks like an old dark wood box. It does have some stenciling on it. Ravenswood Sword Company, but it's old, it's faded. It really doesn't look like it's a brand new box at all.
So I'm going to flip the lid open.
Inside, you find about $400 worth of bills and coins.
Oh, shoot.
Like it's a stash of
Okay.
all of its current currency. Like it's not like gold coins or anything. It's literally like what you would find on the streets of Silverstand. So obviously they had an agent up there someplace. You find several different IDs for a few of the kobold cultists. All of them listing their jobs in the docks quarter, like the at the docks or in the area around the Undertow docks.
Oh, I'm feeling bad now.
And
They had lives outside of this cult.
and a map marking several points in the docks and just instructions written in a very odd language. It's not one that any of you would know. It's essentially a very striking, hard script around each of those circles. As well, there is one area in Tidewater. This one is a little further into the city, but you would recognize it as an electrical station. Kyie and Ivy would anyway, having been in the city for as long as you have and having the jobs that you would have mentioned, you would note that the one in Tidewater is an electrical station, and the areas at the docks are connected to the control of shipping and the lighthouse.
I'm going to pull up the map we have of the infections as well,
Several circles
and just try to cross.
circles do overlap with relay stations for the water system of Silverstand.
Okay, they're smarter than we thought. That's a little scary.
We need to take that with us.
We do. I'm going to take a photo of it first. Guys, can you guys shine your phone lights on this as well, just to get the resolution up?
Sure.
As
Yeah.
well,
So get a photo
there
of
is a
that.
final circle in the area in which you would relatively find yourself. And this one is actually marked in common. It says basin. Hold at all costs.
And that's the area we're headed
Yes.
towards.
It's the area directly below where you are. Like it says basin or reservoir in Draconic script. Well, in both Draconic and Common.
The other writing, it's not primordial, is it? Or goblin? Because I speak weird
I wouldn't
languages.
say that's primordial. It's an offshoot of It's an offshoot of a dead language from Romaria, or not from Romaria.
Okay.
Sorry, it's an offshoot of a dead language from the Dragonspire Mountains. You know what? Somebody give me an Arcana check, and I'll do a lore drop.
Can we meta pigeon a bit? Okay.
I don't have great I just have a +1. But
Okay. 16 plus 3. Yes, that's 3. Wait, what's my advantage? Just checking. Is it in any way related to the undead?
It's related to a cult of the undead, so I'd say maybe.
Do I get the advantage for my...
You know what? I'm going to say 19. You're
Roll.
close enough on this. You're going to get all the information that you can out of it.
Okay.
So,
The other was also a 19, so...
as you're looking at it, Kai, you're looking at this, and while the words are not... While you're not able to read the language, you do definitely remember it from some of your lessons, either from your grandmother teaching you about various undead cultures and what to watch for, or from your time with the SPD. It's a dead language, quite literally known as Dracarith in the dragon tongue. It's used by various mystery religions to share information among these draconic mystery religions. Most of them have to do with death or the undying. So, yeah.
Okay. That's Dracarith. I can't read it, but do I know a guy?
You might know a guy. Maybe one of the linguists at SPD might be able to help, but you wouldn't know anybody personally who could read this.
Might have to call a favor in with where's my dude? Sorry, I'm trying to remember. He had a funny one-off name, and then we made him canon. Poppy has the connection with him.
Early or something?
Oh, jeez. Murphy,
Murphy?
that was it. It's Murphy.
I think it's Murphy. I'm double checking.
Pretty sure it was Murphy.
Yeah. Like, we might have to call in a favor with Murphy. Get this in with the
Montgomery?
linguist. Montgomery, that's it. Murphy Montgomery, full name.
All right. So, with that,
Yes, Montgomery, half Elven.
the rest of the complex is open to you. How would you guys like to proceed?
Hello?
Mila, you're muted.
Sorry. So there was just the one door into this room and the two doors out. The trap door and the one we came through.
Mm.
Okay.
Sorry, one more thing. Are there more IDs than kobolds that we've taken down?
Not really. Like, there's only 2 or 3 IDs there. And it's not like you would have taken stock to match the kobold to the ID. You could do that if you want later. Yeah.
Yeah, on our way back out. Because technically, they're still citizens.
We'll definitely have to report that they've gone missing anyway. This is evidence.
Oh, Poppy, if you wanted to attune to the necklace, you would have been able to do so during this time.
Oh, okay.
So you have a +1 to AC and a +1 to all your saving throws.
Hey, I like that.
All right. Anything anybody else wants to do?
Poppy, how many of your bees would it take to carry this map?
Only a couple.
Do you think they could get out through a sewer grate with this map?
Oh, I see what you mean. I'm gonna grab the map and start trying to fold it, and then I'm like, I think we should roll it. And then it's big because I'm small. I'm gonna comically try and roll it. It's like rolling up a rug. And then I say, well, if you roll it, send a few of them away, I think.
All right. I'm going to make a ruling here.
Yeah.
Any damage or effect of your swarm, if it's an effect that somebody needs to make a saving throw for, they get advantage. Any attack roll they make, your swarm makes, is at disadvantage, and any damage it will do is halved if you do this, because you're going to have to send out half the swarm with the map.
Okay.
Are you okay with that? You can say, it would be too... Because you did almost go down. I don't want to mechanically punish you that much. It's just this feels like, hey, there's a terrorist attack being planned. So maybe as a team we could talk about this. Kai's just putting out a suggestion. It doesn't have to happen.
And I'm just letting you guys know that there would be consequences to that choice.
Yeah.
Let's just play that out as, we get the map rolled up and I hand it to the bees. And then as they start trying to fly away, we see that it really is kind of too big for them. And the group just can't seem to stay coherent and together, cohesive enough to be functional. So I go, maybe I miscalculated. They can do so many things, but I think that they're better when they stay together.
That is fair. Thank you for trying, Poppy, and Jackie, and other bees.
Jacob.
Isn't Jackie the queen?
Well,
Jacob.
You're the queen. Yeah, Jacob. Why do I have
Jackie? Because technically all the workers are female, right?
That's true, yes.
The Jacobs would be like beetles and ladybirds and other things.
Oh, okay.
It's not entirely bees.
Okay. May I suggest, Poppy, if we go down, if more of us go down, we're going to try to keep you up. You book it with the bees, with this map, okay?
Wow. Let's just not have that happen, silly.
That is fair.
I just met you and I like new friends.
We like you too. I like you too. I can't speak for everyone, but I like you.
You can speak for me in that regard. I also appreciate your poppy presence.
Poppy presents. The power of Poppy. Okay. I will very carefully then tuck that rolled map wherever makes sense on my person. Probably like underneath like the backpack main part. Oh yeah. Well, I also have these from the other room. I don't really know what they do, but maybe we could try throwing them at something later. And I'm gonna hand a blue vial and a red vial to you.
Oh.
And then hold out one more blue and red for you guys to take one each of.
Okay.
Oh, this is
So-
like that movie. Do you remember that movie, Kai? There was a
The network?
yes, there was a blue vial and a red. Which was the right one?
I can never remember.
I can't either.
Wasn't that about a rabbit hole?
I think so.
Something like that, yes.
A bunch of tunnels. Pipes, I guess. Oh,
So, pipes.
yeah. Hope he's okay.
Yeah. Rip. Just kidding.
Between Vaderin then and Ivy, who takes the red one? Just so that you guys have the right thing, so that...
I'll take the red one.
Okay.
Okay.
So that'll leave me with one of each.
Okay. Alrighty. So how do you guys want to proceed? You have you're right here at the moment. There's only one way in or out of the room that you just came through, and then one to the north here leads you out of the complex.
That's where we
And
came
this
from.
one leads you deeper in, where Vaderin sensed that presence further in.
Well,
Am I
this-
getting any spicy tingles?
Not depends on where you move. I need to know.
I'm going to start. I'm just going to do like kind of a little like, okay, where feels the most shitty? Where do I want to throw up?
Okay, so are you moving
I mean,
toward? Are you
everywhere,
moving
if you're
towards the
outside
area
being
that
honest.
Vaderin sensed on then, or where are you moving to? Okay.
Yeah.
As you're approaching the door,
And I'm avoiding the mushrooms.
I thought that was a given. Yeah, as you guys weave your way through the mushrooms and up the corridor, Kai, the rest of you would see just the faintest glow in the seam of between her gloves and her coat. Kai, as you approach the door, you begin to feel a burning up the script on your arms and around your back, and you sense that sickly feeling of something ahead of you.
Much
And-
like Ivy and Kai shared a glance with the light that came from Vaderin's actions, Vaderin is now kind of like looking over at Ivy just a little bit like, is this unusual? What is this like? Is there any reaction?
Yeah, Ivy looks like concerned, but not for Kai. Like mildly concerned because she doesn't like it when Kai feels sick and stuff. But like more like, oh, this means something bad.
And Kai will just do like a little neck turn and a few deep breaths to keep herself in focus. Because I feel like if you embrace the path you go on as a ward elf, there's training and exposure you go through. Because you can't be incapacitated when a wave hits you.
So as you guys come to the end of the door, that sickly feeling grows stronger and stronger, and you find yourself facing a stone door. And on it is carved a horde of undead climbing a mountain, and there are figures atop this mountain. Hundreds and hundreds of beings of every description and every every species, every race, all of them fighting downwards at these undead as they clamber up the mountain.
I'm going to take from my pack some vellum and charcoal and just scrape
Do a
over
rubbing.
this image.
Okay.
Yeah. And roll it back up and put it in my bag.
You know you also have a cell phone, right?
Oh,
We also
right.
take a picture.
Yeah, I just take it. I forgot
Modern!
after just
Modern,
taking a photo.
boy.
Modern. So I take a photo of it. Damn it, the vellum's cool.
You know what? You can take a rubbing
so
too.
no, I
You
just
can
take a photo of
rubbing
it.
too.
I
Yeah.
do both. I do both because sometimes you get more from one than the other. That goes in the bag. There's a cell phone photo.
Well, it takes you several photos to get
forgive me.
a good detail on everything. But
Yeah.
yeah. As a former police officer, you would have
I
been
should-
very.
Yeah, and as somebody who studies on death, and I'm just going to be like, forgive me. It's good to document, so we know what we're fighting against later. Is there a hole for the skeleton key?
There's no keyhole here. Do you want to do anything to the door?
Sorry, just checking. My blood maledict would reset when we.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I would like to pop. Where is my feature and traits? My Rite of Dawn. So that's a 1d4 action. So I just nick my thumb on my main blade. And it bursts into bright holy light. Oh, I cut myself hard. It's like, oh, sweet, max damage. Oh, wait, that's on me.
Okay. So as you nick your thumb and the blood wells over the blade, the rest of you would see that radiant light spreading out and cascading over the carvings. And at that moment, you would notice something about the stonework in front of you. Whereas the rest of this complex has been a crumbling ruin, the stonework ahead of you looks pristine, almost as if it was laid yesterday.
Oh, that's not ominous at all.
It's interesting. I thought that this was all going to be ancient down here.
The design is most definitely ancient, and the mortar is long set, but the stones contain nary a stain upon them.
Seems like a strange place for Cult of the Decay.
Looks like it's all been cleaned or something.
Perhaps the problem has
Mortar
been
is
solved
old.
for us already.
I doubt that.
Let's
Come on,
keep
come on.
going. Do you think there's any more weird plates on the floor?
Yeah, Poppy, do you want to help me look for weird plates?
Sure.
Okay, so that's help action.
So I will
By
happily lead the
flying, I
way.
feel like I kind of
Nat
get a benefit
20.
to go.
On the Poppy
Nat
dice.
20, there are
Okay.
no traps on this door. However, from beyond, I'm going to say that was a perception roll. You can hear the creak of old bones and old leather as something beyond moves.
I'm hearing bone, though.
Bone
like
on
on
bone,
bone.
like that grinding sound.
At the minimum, skeletons. Probably more.
All right.
Okay. I'm going to try to open the door once I get a nod of confirmation from the rest of the party.
All right.
Do you want me to be in the front as we open?
That may be a good
Okay,
idea.
so... All right, so Vaderin's going to the front. What about Poppy? Are you still riding on his shoulder?
I will just fly along behind.
So off to one side then, kind of. Okay.
Yeah, in whatever the next square makes
Then
sense.
who's going next? Kyie or Ivy?
Whichever. Do you have
I'll
a
go
preference?
next.
And then Ivy bringing up the rear.
Because I'll provide light to you if it's completely dark in there.
All right.
Mm.
So, all right, you guys are stacked up. You ready?
Yep.
All right. Vaderin, what do you do?
Thinking, is there something I want to prep before I... Because, again, there's no keyhole. If I sort of press on the door, does it feel like it opens inward, or...
Yes. You feel it give beneath your hand ever so slightly.
Like it might actually open if I just push it? Okay. In that case... let's see, what does that do if I... That's for 10. Okay. Okay, we're just gonna... Everybody ready? 3, 2, 1. Shove the door in, and he'll kind of rush forward with the shield at the ready.
So you find yourself in a mausoleum, and while the stonework is still immaculate in this place, the walls drip with corruption. Like that same black liquid is falling down around each. And where it touches, it's almost like the stone below it has corroded and been drawn away, as if whatever protections were upon this place have fallen beneath that corrosive evil. Before you, there are several skeletons, all of them arrayed and shambling about the... gotta find the damn things. All of them arrayed and shambling about the crypt. And as one, their empty sockets turn towards you. Roll for initiative, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Six.
Hang on. Hold
Five.
19.
on to that number, guys. All right. And I got to roll for them. Oh, whoops. Okay. And I got to pull your guys' cards out so I can keep track of everybody's initiative. Okay, so 25 to 20. 20 to 15. 15 to 10.
Oh, sorry.
Poppy? Okay.
Oh.
I got a 19.
15 to 10.
I got a 15.
Ivy got a 15. Okay. 15 to 10.
Mm-hmm.
10 to 5.
6.
5.
All right.
So could we say that Vaderin would have used a full movement to charge further ahead into the room?
I'm just going to call that free, and from here you're going to have a whole turn. So our order is Poppy, Ivy, Kyie, Vaderin, and then the enemy. So Poppy, what would you like to do to start?
Poppy is going to cast a little hail of thorns. And sorry, so Skelly.
Yep, 5 skeletons.
And what's the sixth one?
Sorry, 6 skeletons, yes.
Oh, they're all skeletons. Okay. Maybe she's not going to do Hail of Thorns.
Sorry, one of these should have been a wolf skeleton, so I'm just gonna, or two of these should have been wolf skeletons, so just gonna very quickly put them back down here. And these are skeletal wolves, not actual wolves.
Okay, instead of casting then, she's about to, like, start making gestures, and then she decides, she pulls an arrow, knocks it, and fires at the wolf closest.
It's a skeleton wolf, so yes.
Yep, the skeleton wolf.
Roll your attack, please.
That's a nat 20.
Okay, go for it. Roll your damage. This is an auspicious start.
11 points, including my swarm following along.
All right. So you manage to strike the wolf in the flank. Your bees begin chipping away at the. Your swarm begins to chip away at the bones, carrying away tiny shards. But it doesn't seem like you've damaged the wolf beyond repair. It actually throws back its head in a soundless howl and begins to move forward. All right, is that it for Poppy?
Okay. Yep.
Ivy, you're up.
Hello.
So you're back here.
Yeah.
You can move. You can move into the room. You can move through Kyie.
Yeah, I would like to get into the room.
So you could get up to here if you wanted.
Sure, I will go there. That looks good. Okay, but I can't really do a whole... Oh, wait, hold on. I have a thing I can do. Where is it? Oh, no, I have to hit to do it. Never mind. Okay, I will run in. I actually think I might dash, but not use, like, the full dash. Like, I kind of want to just go right up, like, 2 more tiles.
Right.
No, like, in between the 2 of those skeletons. Yeah, right there. Because I kind of just want to be there so that, like, if they run past me, I could get an opportunity attack.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to do?
Nope, that's
Kyie,
it.
you're up.
Yay! So I'm going to move up to the skellies if I can.
You can get to about here. That's about it.
Okay, that...
You'd be right behind Ivy.
Okay. In that case, I will... Sorry. Crossbow, which would be better? 1d10. Are these guys, do they have any shreds of clothing on them?
A few.
Okay.
Mostly it's
I am
battered
going
old armor and archaic leather.
Okay. I'm going to hold my sword up and cast Firebolt through
Okay,
it.
and where are you going to move to?
As close as I can get near Ivy. Like, not behind her, but next to her.
Okay, so you could get there-ish.
Yeah, like...
If you wanted.
Okay.
Because that's
I guess I can be behind her.
That's 1,
I can be
2,
behind
3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yeah, okay. And yeah, you're right behind her.
Yeah. And just over her, like, on this, off the side of her, Firebolt.
And which one are you attacking?
The one... Oh, the... so she doesn't get flanked, I'll attack the
Okay.
wolf.
Go for it.
Yeah. Unless, wait, did the one she hit, does it look like it's going to go down soon? Like...
It's definitely damaged. You can't really tell, since skeletons don't feel pain. It's not limping or anything, but it is.
Okay. Okay. I will I will stick with my plan and hit the wolf.
Okay.
Oh my god, that bounced so high. That is out of bounds. 17 plus math of where is Firebolt?
That
Plus
hits.
5. Okay, and that's a D10. Nope. Yes. That is 5 fire damage to the
All right.
pupper.
Just as Poppy swarm, it gets clear. You lace out your hand with your blade and speak your word, and you call upon your heritage, striking it with that fireball, and the skeleton erupts into flames. Are they of any particular color?
They're the blue of my
All
eyes.
right. So you lace out this bolt of blue fire, and immediately the skeleton is immolated in blue flames. So that's one down.
And I don't think I have any bonus action because I'm not in combat.
Like you're not melee, so you wouldn't be able to strike with the bonus.
Yeah, I can't do anything else.
Okay.
Just a reminder that I am radiating 20 feet of bright light.
Good to know. Vaderin, where are you up?
Seeing his allies charge around him, he will try to get perhaps in between the two skeletons where that Ivy is currently facing off with, and just to see again what's further up.
So you do.
Right. Okay.
You see the 5 skeletons here, the 4 human and the 1 wolf, and then you see an altar at the far end, covered in that sludge.
Okay. We will start simply by chopping at the best
And
looking
you
one.
want it to be right in the middle of these 2 skeletons, yes?
Yes.
All right. Neither of them has been touched yet, so choose your target and whack away.
That will change once that is not a cocked roll. That is a 13 plus 3 to
13's a
hit.
Or 16's
16's a hit. Where's my D8? 8 damage.
Okay. And that's to the one on the right, yes?
And yeah. And oh, you know what? Can I have popped a divine favor as a bonus action onto
Sure.
that attack? Okay, so that will add a D4. So what was it? 8 damage plus 2 from the divine favor.
Okay, 10 damage. All right. So you're striking with your axe. And what does that divine favor look like?
Prayer empowers with spell your prayer empowers you with divine radiance. Yeah, I think there's just again like kind of that dull, really faint, earthy kind of glow, perhaps just emanating from the fringes of his armor as he makes this swing with his axe.
All right.
And perhaps the axe also looks a little darker than it did before.
Your axe blurs through the air, leaving that dark trail behind it, striking the creature striking the skeleton in its rib cage, leaving a shattered mess behind it. Any mortal creature would have been felled, but the skeleton merely regards you with its empty gaze and its joyless grin as it raises its weapon. So, anybody, anything else you'd like to do for this turn?
That was my action, my movement, and my bonus action.
All right,
Well done.
so the 2 on either side of you are going to make attacks with flanking. First one, 18 plus 4, 22. Is that a hit? Yep.
On Vaderin? For sure.
And that is 5 damage to start. Then the other one's going to make an attack. And both of those are bad. I don't suppose that an 11 hits.
Nope.
So, the first skeleton attacks you, and you manage to get your shield up, and you block it. But that allows the other one to sneak behind you, stabbing you with the rusted short blade, and twisting before withdrawing the blade on you. You feel your blood.
Oh!
Yeah,
I forgot to get my tetanus booster.
it catches you somewhere in the leg, but you definitely feel the pain as that one attacks. This one can make a charge attack at. This one's going to make a charge attack on Kyie. So it's going to make the wolf begins to lope. It's the bones of its paws and claws striking the stone in that screeching nails on chalkboard sound, and it's going to make an attack. And that is 8 plus 6, 14. Does a 14 hit?
Misses.
All right, you sidestep.
I would like to sentinel attack.
Sentinel attack.
Yeah. When a creature within 5 feet of me makes an attack against a target other than me, I can use my reaction to make a melee weapon attack against the attacking creature. So I'd like to attack this wolf. 23. So it will. Oh, I rolled so bad for damage. It'll take 4 damage. Damn it. I rolled a 1 on my damage.
Oh, baby.
Still, nobody attacks my girl.
So, as the
yeah.
wolf comes in, Kyie, you've got just enough time. You manage to kind of deflect the charge, actually facing it into Ivy. Ivy, you bring your blade in, and it's just a little less optimal than you would like, but you manage to bash your pommel down into the skull, shattering one of the eye sockets. All right. This one...
Nice.
These two are actually going to make bow attacks, and they're going to go for Ivy. Okay, so one is definitely going to miss. That's a 13. Does a 13 hit? Okay,
Nope.
Then the 19 plus 4, 23. Does a 23 hit?
Yes.
He also rolls a 1 for damage, so that's 3 damage total. So Ivy, as you're focused on the wolf trying to protect Kai's back, an arrow whistles by your ear, barely missing you, passing just past your hair. The other one strikes you on the armor and just finds a chink in that ancient plate, striking you in the hip. All right, that brings us back to the top of the order. Poppy, with Ivy on deck. So what does Poppy want to do? You're still back in this doorway. You're muted, Mila.
We all have to do it at least once. Poppy's going to come back into the room and just tuck herself off to the right side there. And then she is going to shoot at the one that's furthest from
This one
them.
here? Okay. Go for it.
That's 17 to
17's
hit.
a hit.
And that is 10 damage from the arrow, and then the bees are going to come up and try and pick at it for another 3.
Okay. So that's just enough. Your arrow actually shatters the skull just below the eye. The creature almost raises its hand up to grab it before your bees swarm into the skull and begin to pick at the bone. And then within a matter of seconds, the skull itself has been disintegrated from the inside out, and the rest of the bones fall to the ground, no longer animated by the magic that had brought them to movement or given them locomotion. So,
Good job.
all right. With that, I think it's Ivy's turn.
Yes. I will stay where I am, and I'm gonna strike at the skeleton to the left of Vaderin. Or which one? Sorry, which one did
The one
Vaderin
to the
hit?
right.
Okay, yeah, I want to hit that one. Sorry, I want to try to target one down. Let's see.
I'm sorry, Roya. When you bent down there, you look like the top of a cat, like just the sleeve. Like you look like a cat's ear.
Unfortunately, I think Muse is napping somewhere else. But yes.
That's okay. Malcolm's keeping my feet warm.
I only got a 9.
Unfortunately, a 9 does not hit. So
Yeah.
the skeleton manages to get its shield up, and bang! Your blow rings off the shield. Is there anything else you'd like to do? Nope. Okay, with that then, that's Kai's turn. Oh, excuse me.
Okay. So I'd like to move up to be in melee with whichever skeleton. There's the dog right in front of me. Yep. I'm going to first take my first swing at that guy. I deal an additional 1d4 when I attack it with my main weapon. Where is it? There we go. Does a 13 hit?
13 definitely hits.
Okay, so that is a d8 plus 3 plus my d4. So that is a 8 plus 3 is 11.
So,
and then the radiant of 12. So a total of 13 damage.
So
3 of which is
you bring
radiant.
your blade around, the radiant light arcing down across the edge of your blade, and you just bang strike it through, and then you cleave the wolf from where the collarbone would be right down to the back hip, and the skeleton falls lifeless.
And I'll move forward. Whichever skeleton does not look great.
Okay, that would be this one.
Okay. And I will, with my offhand short sword, which will not get the radiant boost, take a swing. That is a 16.
That's a hit.
And I need a d6. There we go. That is a total of 3 damage on that. No, wait. 4 damage on that one.
All right.
I rolled a 1.
So, after you're done with the wolf, you twirl around, bring yourself around using your momentum, and you just bring that short blade up backhand style and right through the skull, shattering it.
Oh, sweet.
Nicely done, Roya. All right. That brings us to Vaderin again.
Well done. Power couple indeed. Okay, so let's take it around to the other side, and we'll finish this one off as well.
Go for it.
And that will be a dirty
That's
20
a
to
hit.
hit for... if I hit the P, that's max damage. That's 11 damage. Oh, sorry, 10 damage.
So you bash down with your axe, bang, striking the collarbone. It drives the skeleton to its knees, but as it rises, it's still somewhat combat effective. The one arm is hanging a little more limply. The short sword in its other hand is very firmly grasped.
Oh, I need to add my divine favor to that as
not
well.
a problem.
Okay, now it's 11 damage. But yes.
Oh, the same result, but it advances on you with the cold fury of death. All right. Any other actions you can take, Miles?
Nope, not right now.
All right, that brings us to the foe. So this one's going to run up and flank Vaderin. Because the monsters are just evil that way. And that's a 12 plus 4. That's 16.
16 does not hit.
16 does not hit. So the blade slashes down, striking your armor and being rebounded as you face down your other foe. The other one's going to make an attack roll. And 21.
Yeah.
And that's going to be another 7 damage. So as you're taking the blow from the first one, it actually drives you forward, and the other one is able to make a clumsy swing and bang! Right across your head. Your helmet takes the brunt of everything, but you can feel yourself get knocked for a loop as blood trickles from one side of your eye.
Owie.
All right, and that brings us right back up to the top of the round. Poppy! Are those Girl Guide cookies?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh,
mint
God,
I got a
yes.
connection if you ever want any.
We're going to have to talk, because I need many boxes.
All right.
Ah! Okay, if we ever do it in person again, or when we do it in person again, you guys better bring a box or two. I'm watching you. Kidding. All right, let's do this.
Okay, so Poppy is going to say, "Hey, that's my new friend. Leave him alone!" and shoot at the one that just flanked Vaderin.
Okay, pop them.
Fifteen to
15's a
hit.
hit.
5 damage from the arrow and 5 damage from the
All
bees.
right. So it doesn't quite bring them down. Your arrow strikes out, and the bees once more do their thing, following behind and trying to chip away at the bones. But they can't quite do enough damage before the skeleton begins to move and tries to shift them off. All right. Anything else for your turn?
I'm going to look around and see if there's any indication of more foes through the door at the end.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get the lay of the
Can't
land.
really see anything right now. The door is actually closed over here. Like it's completely locked out. All right.
Okay.
So with that, Ivy, you're up.
Excellent. I would like to smash this skeleton that I tried to hit before.
Gosh.
We'll see. Can I roll better? A 24
That's
is
a
much
hit.
better. Amazing. I will do... Oh, I rolled a 2 this time for damage, so 5 total.
That's actually still enough. So your blade arcs downwards, and you actually catch the skull, and bang! The whole thing splinters under your fist. Or under your blade. So, yeah, you took one out. Good job.
Hooray!
All right. Anything else?
Yeah, that's it.
All right.
That's
Vaderin.
it.
Or, sorry, now we're up to Kyie.
Main hand stabby stab. Ooh. Does an 11
Unfortunately
hit?
not.
Offhand stabby stab. Does a... Is that a 21? No, that is a 23
23
hit.
hits.
Okay. So that would be... I do not get the radiant. So I swing with my big sword. He somehow blocks. I swing with my little sword and do 8 damage.
Okay, that's enough. So how do you want to take him out?
Right through the eyeball. I want to go right through the eyeball.
So, your main hand, it manages to get the shield up, blocking, but that exposes the skull just enough that you're able to bring your offhand around and tear the skull out through the stab wound, like basically bisecting it and dropping the skeleton. Well done, guys. That is the end of this combat. You find yourself in what looks like an ancient crypt of some sort of temple. Tombs line the sides of line each side, and several of the alcoves in this room. Ahead of you, you can see a raised dais with an altar of some kind, with two figures hewn from some kind of rock, embracing each other atop the dais. What would you like to do?
Perception check for
Okay.
traps. Does someone want to give me some assistance?
Excuse me.
I'll help. I'll fly up high and hold my flashlight on whatever you point to.
Okay,
As we
so-
enter.
That is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. So you actually find traps on this tomb, this tomb, this tomb, and this tomb here.
So I will point out all of those tombs and be like, trapped, 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 trapped. But not all of them
No.
are trapped.
The floor looks safe.
The floor looks
The
safe.
floor is safe, yes.
Wonder if we'll find Ivoc again.
I hope so. I'm going to go to one of the tombs that is not trapped. And I'm going to ask for assistance lifting the
Okay,
lid.
give me...
I can
Right
help.
here.
all right. I'll get you each to give me a strength check, please.
Are all three of us doing
I
this?
guess so. So, yeah, each of you give me a strength check.
If you'll have it.
21.
20.
So, Vaderin and Ivy, you definitely carry the brunt. Like you see Kyie trying to grab a little corner, but you guys definitely bear the brunt of
No,
it.
you have to pivot. You have to pivot.
Pivot!
Don't be such a putz.
Pivot!
Don't be a putz, huh? Sorry, my
That's what we're saying to Kai. No, I'm just kidding.
my spicy sausage is being a little bit of a like. Oh, hi, you're not paying attention to me. Oh, hello.
Pepper's getting his great cheese.
So, but as you guys manage to move the stone lid of this tomb aside, there's a figure covered. The top is etched in the visage of a man with his arms crossed over his chest. A staff is set into the stone beside him. As you pull it away, you find below a tattered skeleton in old robes. This one, there doesn't appear to be anything overly special about the robes themselves, nor of any of the jewelry, which you probably think you can get probably a good $300 or $400 at a pawn shop for something like this. The only thing of any note is it almost looks like a gauntlet, like it's a glove, but not in the traditional sense. It's several chains set together with a sapphire in the back that loops over to several loops down the arm.
Well, that's ominous. It doesn't move,
It doesn't
right?
move. It's just there.
Am I still glowing?
Nope. Not currently.
Oh, okay.
Nancy.
Hang on. The sausage one's outside.
What should we do with
So go, quote unquote, outside.
Go.
outside? Miles has also gone outside.
Sorry about that, guys.
Why did you go? Why is he outside?
He's going to the bathroom.
Oh. I get it. I'm
Yeah.
silly.
Quote unquote outside.
Ho ho ho.
Ho, ho, ho.
Does anyone want to roll Arcana on Weird Gauntlet once Miles gets back?
It's probably a good idea. I only have a +1, but I can. I'm willing to aid as well.
How's your Arcana?
You're muted.
Oh, you're muted.
Just a +1 also.
Okay.
So, do you want to roll your aid and I'll roll the other die? We'll each roll one.
Sure.
Give me your actual good juju. Since we are not together in the physical form.
Oh, I got a nat 20.
Oh shit.
21
What
total. For whatever this is.
Yeah, we can wait for Miles to get back
Yeah.
for that, but we'll probably have to repeat because we're paused. But
Your dogs have deep voices.
Mine do?
Yeah, I heard Roof
Oh, yeah. Nobby, yeah. She's got big
Nobby's-
lungs.
All right, so
she's a horse.
Yeah.
She is very large.
she's 2 steps shy of a Great Dane, that one.
Yeah.
All right, so you rolled a 21 on your Arcana, right? Ivy?
I did to check out this chain thing.
So
It was a nat
this
20.
is actually something you would have seen quite a bit of, especially given your upbringing in the Silver Order and the education that they offer. This is actually a precursor to modern wands. So before modern artifice and spellcraft really took off, and it was discovered that you can make a pretty cheap and inexpensive wand out of birchwood if you wanted, that the expense of the object is really more of a vainglory thing. People would craft these elaborate objects of gold and silver and jewels in order to hold spells. As you look at this one, you recognize several symbols running along the backside of the palm around that sapphire. And it marks it as discover, inspect, discern, identify. So this is essentially I'm just calling it a glove of identify. So it essentially operates as a wand of identify. It has 7 charges. While holding it, you can use an action to expend 1 or more of its charges to cast the identify spell. The the glove regains 1d6 plus 1 expended charges daily at dawn. If you expend the last charge, roll a d20. On a nat 1, the glove crumbles into ash and is destroyed.
Cool. Well,
Nifty.
this will be very useful. Does somebody who's perhaps more magically inclined wish to have this? That's not my forte necessarily.
I think the most magically inclined I think the most magically inclined of us is in a pipe at the moment. Runners up are probably me and Vaderin.
It doesn't require attunement, so you can pass this one around all you want.
Can I call dibs right now? We can share later.
If you want to give it a whirl, you should take it.
Vaderin, are you opposed?
Not at all. No, absolutely. I mean, I'm not the most studied of individuals, but if this helps you understand the nature of something, I mean, I'd be happy to use it from time to time as well.
Okay. I am going to gingerly lift it off the dead body. And slip it on.
All right, so it slips on over your glove. or over your current gauntlet and just rings on over top. It sizes itself, and it just fits there like a little extra accessory.
Nice. I'm going to grab one of those potions that the red one, I think, that Poppy gave me, and I'm going to try it.
It's actually a potion of healing. So
the red ones are healing.
Yeah. So that's one charge down.
Yeah.
And actually, as you pick it up, you actually see script scroll through the gem telling you the properties of the item you are holding.
Nifty. Okay. Should I identify the blue potion, or should we save the charges? There'd be 6 left at this point, right?
Hang on. Yeah, actually, I would say
So it refreshes every day?
6 of them. Yeah, because it's been sitting for a very, very long time. But it regains 1d6 plus 1 every day. So.
Yeah. Okay. So, should I identify the blue potion, or should we save the rest of the charges?
I'd like to see what it is.
I will identify the blue potion.
The blue potion is a potion of blight. It's essentially it's the means by which these creatures have been. So the blue potion is a mixture of nightshade and all sorts of other particular nastiness. However, it doesn't seem like it's fully come into its power yet. This potion will apparently... It shares similarities with some of the sludge that is weeped out of the wounds of the creatures that you've been fighting. However, it seems to be missing some sort of arcane component that will bring it to its full potency.
Okay, do not drink the blue ones.
You got lucky with the one you picked.
Yes, I did.
All right, so you guys opened up one of the tombs. Is there any other ones you want to check out?
There was also a staff inlaid in the stone.
It's carved.
Was it real or stonework? Okay.
And I should also mention that several of the tombs have been busted open. So this one, and this one have been broken open, as if from the inside.
Okay. So those are the ones that people came out of. And there's nothing left from the skeletons that fell?
You can check if you. From the skeletons that fell, it's just a patchwork of armor and rusted arms. There might be a couple of. Okay. There are a couple of baubles that they're hanging on to, like gemstones, that you might be able to get another 30 or 40 bucks out of. So that would.
Poppy, do you want the shiny things?
That would bring your haul right now to about 330-ish gold, or 330-ish dollars out of this room.
Okay.
And remember, $1's worth a silver piece. So, yeah, do keep that in mind.
So another 130 in loot.
Did you say 130 or 330?
Oh, 330?
Including the tomb you just opened and all the skeletons, that's $330, give or take.
So of the ones that aren't booby-trapped, the other ones are looted already.
Except from the one that you opened up, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I'll just communicate that.
Poppy is distracted looking at the walls, trying to figure out who these tombs originally belonged to.
Give me a history check.
Nat 20.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Poppy, you've been around quite a bit, and though you're not overly inclined to spend a whole lot of time at a library, you have spent a lot of time listening to the various druids drone on about history and the natural order. As you look around, you see that the walls of this place are covered in tableaus of ancient battles and even a little bit of history. Like at one, there's a shining city that is slowly turned black by some sort of energy. It goes from having these gold inlaid frescoes of pyrite to this blackened mass of crumbling architecture. From this city, you see undead hordes rise and swarm through the land. Then, for a while, the tableau is lost under the sludge and decay of whatever desecrated this place. As you come a little further on, you see a figure holding on to what almost looks like a piece of the sun, and holding back the undead as others cower beneath. Then you see, then you lose even more of the tableau under the sludge and again the decay, having eaten away at the stone and degraded the fresco. There are snatches though of battle, warriors fighting against undead as they smash against their positions. There does seem to be a recurring theme. There are this pair of warriors who stand back to back in several photos or several of the frescoes, or who are fighting amongst. One bears two weapons, two blades, and in the uncorrupted ones, they're inlaid with a little bit of crystal to almost give them like a sheen. The other stands in armor with a maul in one hand, a shield in the other, and the heaviest armor. But you can't really tell much about what's going on. You're only catching very snippets of this throughout the degradation. The end of the fresco is completely lost. It's just covered and completely degraded. So that
I'm gonna do what I can just to like brush them off and try and
even as you do so,
restore the heroes, the warriors.
give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy. That is a 5, and did you say my new amulet gives me a bonus?
+1. So
Plus 1? So
unfortunately,
6.
that's still not enough. As your hand makes contact with the sludge, it burns, the necrotic energy racing its way up your arm, leaving it feeling numb. You push on and you manage to uncover what's beneath, but the fresco has been lost, like completely degraded, almost like it's been eaten by some sort of caustic acid. So the information is completely lost for now. The only other thing you know.
That's too bad, guys. We can't fix it. Don't touch it with your weapons.
What are you seeing in all of this?
Well, clearly there were 2 heroes, and I remember the druids talking about that, back in, 50. But really
50?
no.
50?
I wish that all of this was legible.
The only other thing
How long have you been in Silverstand?
Oh, I think since the beginning.
So, the 50th year of Silverstand, you mean?
I mean, that's not when I got here, but yeah, I've been in Silverstand that long.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Does Vaderin recognize anything looking at these frescoes? Can I make a check on that?
You definitely make a check on that.
Yep. Okay. Whether or not it's history or religion, it's going to be a flat 18.
Okay. The last thing I'm going to say is that the only other notable thing in this room, Poppy. Oh, whoops! Shoot! What did I do?
We're still here.
Yeah, no, I think I just popped into the wrong chat. There we go.
Okay.
So, The last thing I'm going to say, Poppy, that you notice is the two figures on the altar. Both of them holding each other, like taking each other's hands, clasping and looking at each other. One's a little bit shorter than the other. The other thing you would have noticed is that there's stands on the like there's two tombs on either side of the statue, and like they're actually, I wouldn't say that they're on either side, like they're directly in front. Both tombs have been broken into. One contains a very slender skeleton with a pair of hilts inside, almost as if whatever weapon was inside was snapped off. The skeleton itself has been desecrated, completely ground to powder. The other one looks like it was broken open from the inside, and whatever was in there is long gone. So, sorry. We'll get back to that in a second, Roya. I gotta go to Miles first. Please, everybody, mute yourselves, please. Like, deafen. All right, Miles, please unmute your mic. Thank you. Vaderin would indeed notice that this is very close to the histories told by the group he grew up in. The tale of Romaria. This is definitely, however, somewhat skewed to the other side. The obvious focus on decay and destruction, and the negative way in which the Romarian city is cast is, quite frankly, a little insulting, or would be considered a little insulting to somebody from the Brotherhood or from the family. And the other thing you notice is that the great enemies of your people are here lauded as heroes, as titans and protectors. This is the history of the Dark War, you realize, though much of it is lost in this instance. Though your group knew barely any more than this, outside of remembrances, you definitely recognize the overarching strokes of the war.
The Dark War, which was, I'm just trying to get these straight.
It was when Romaria was ruled by the Conquering Death. They then, yeah.
Oh yeah, there it is. Okay.
All good?
Okay. I think so. So that's what I'm gleaning from this. This is one particular depiction of this history.
Events, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Let's bring everybody back.
I'm back.
Roya, come on. Look at us.
Hello.
Hey-o. Sorry, we'll wait for Mila to get back, and then you can ask your question, bud.
Mm-hmm. How do I spell Ivoc's name?
I-V-O-C. I-V-O-C. All right, so Roy, you had a question for me.
How am I doing cyclically in this moment? Because I've had dreams about a certain person in this room my whole life. And now I'm seeing something I feel like is reminiscent of those dreams. Am I accurate in that statement?
I would say that certain things feel...
Right.
Yeah. I would say that certain things in this room feel similar. As you look at the tableaus, you can feel a blade in your hand. You can feel someone at your back. There's no real sensation, just the vaguest implication in your memories. Ivy, for you, as you're looking through, in places, you almost feel a kinship with the figure in armor. That's all I'm going to leave it at. Okay?
I'm going to go up to the figure with the hilt, and I'm shaking a bit.
The bones in that particular tomb have been reduced to dust, desecrated beyond any identification. Like, the bones have been powdered. There are scraps of what might once have been some form of leather armor, or maybe mixed with a little bit of chain, but it's long lost. The hilts are odd. They're a swept hilt, a pair of crescent moons matched with there's a crescent moon matched with a raven in flight across the sweeping of the hilt before it comes to the top, and it covers over the handguard for the one. The second is a simple knife guard. Like, it's inlaid with symbols of the moon. I gotta pull up my notes here. Of the moon Miranos. But other than that, it's rather unremarkable. It's just it's a twined leather, a twined hilt with raised edges so that it's easier to grasp. The pommel isn't even really. There's nothing really to the pommel. It's just a polyhedral shape, almost like a spire, or like a diamond shaped pommel.
Do they match? There's
Yes,
two of them,
they do
right?
match. They match in style, if not shape. Like, the one is, of course, that swept hilt that's for a larger weapon. The second one looks like it belonged to a short blade or a dagger of some kind.
Do these feel familiar in my hands?
You want to reach out and grab them?
I'm grabbing them.
As you close your hands around,
And I'm probably muttering a prayer in whatever in Sylvan in Ward, like from the Ward Elf tradition.
the hilts
Which Ivy I don't think has ever heard me pray before.
the hilts definitely do feel fitted to your hands. They feel like your hands belong on those hilts, but as for solid memory or any sort of other indication, there would be nothing.
I know you. I'm going to drag my still bloody finger over where the blade should be in the hilt. Does anything...
Nothing occurs. The blood pools and then falls down into the area where the tang of the blade would be.
Ivy?
Yes, dear.
I know these. I don't know how, but I know these.
That seems unlikely. This looks like a very ancient tomb.
Feels so familiar. Like grandmother's hand. And she looks at you and she's starting to cry. I don't know what this is.
I'm sure it's just maybe there's a memory of yours from childhood or something that's coming back and you just haven't fully formed it yet. Could just be like a deja vu sort of thing.
Are you okay, Ivy? Or
Kyie.
what the heck
Kyie.
is your name? Hi.
Said the druids knew about this, Poppy?
Yeah, they're always rambling about something. Sometimes I'm not paying very much attention.
That's fair. I am going to slip the hilts onto my belt. And I am going to take some of the bone and put it into a vial.
Okay.
Very
Bone dust.
reverently. Yeah, bone dust. And I'm going to, not with my gloves that are covered in goop and now bone shard, but with my scarf, just like wipe my eyes.
Okay.
It's gonna be okay, Kai. Do you want to tidy it up a bit? I'll help.
Thank you. That feels right.
And I'll leave a couple of little flowers from my pockets, dried flowers, in the tomb or in the what's left of it.
Yeah. Can you help me document what we can of these murals?
Of course. And then
Cell phone photos.
I will proceed to make a show of taking a video flying around like a drone.
Very steady
Like a
cam
drone
with
video.
B's help.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'll take a photo of both of these tombs and of the figures at the top.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry. I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with Ward Elf heritage.
I'd
Maybe
be
it's something
feeling
in the enchantment.
I'd be feeling very out of her depths with this, as just sort of hovering near Kai, but not not knowing how to offer comfort. And she eventually sort of while they're taking pictures and videos and stuff, just sort of wanders over to the other tomb and looks inside and sees that it's empty and just sort of looks at the armor she's wearing and is like, okay.
Give me a perception check, please. Yep.
Me? Okay. Perception. Let's go. Not very good. 8.
Yep, you don't notice anything. We'll leave that for another day. But with that, guys, as you lay your flowers upon the tomb and you go to face the door leading deeper into this place, I think that's a good place to find a bookend for this session. And we will reconvene another time. Again, thank you for your time, for your attention, and for helping me to craft this story. And for the rest of you who are watching, thank you for taking the time to enjoy our story. We appreciate you. We are very happy that you have decided to come on this journey with us. And we'll see you next time.
Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.